Okay, today is August 18th, 2015. I just installed Windows 10 again. If you've been following me, you know I've installed it a bunch of times and usually put Linux on, and I've been switching back and forth, and don't even ask. Well, let me just say, I've got this gaming keyboard which has a lot of controls that you can set. And in Linux, I couldn't use all the functions. The same with the mouse. Everything works, the keyboard worked into Linux, the mouse works, you know, but the mouse has a whole bunch of settings that I couldn't install. I don't need them, probably not going to use them. Uh, the other thing, my ham radio, in the past, I've had it for months, I don't know, maybe a year or two, and and that was under Windows. I couldn't get the program that lets me put the frequencies in on the computer rather than having to punch it in by. Couldn't get it to work. Couldn't get it to work under Windows. Couldn't get it to work under Linux. But I thought maybe Windows 10, so I came back and I just installed the drivers, and for the first time they're installed, and I haven't found the program yet. I think it might work. I'm not sure about it. This is the ham radio. That screen's not showing up good and getting some static so close to the radio. The other thing, I just disconnected this the other day. This is the Sound Blaster. Has dual speakers. I did a review on it. It was on YouTube, I believe. Dual speakers, dual mics, and it has a whole bunch of things you can do with the program. Well, the program, of course, won't run under Linux. Now, some of these things I'm saying, if you do some searching with Linux, you can find. But anyway, I was using it under Linux, but I just couldn't use all the extra controls. But I started getting I noticed static in the background. And I thought, if I install the Windows drivers and everything I don't actually I think that actually it's USB, and I think it's in the BIOS of the USB or something device. Anyway, so I don't think you actually install drivers for it. But I thought, if I had the controls here, I could go in and see what I could do about the static problem in the background. I just came from the mailbox, actually not the mailbox, the office. I thought it was a mailbox because it said delivered. I didn't pay any attention to the email. And it's actually, whoops, I just about to cut my. I think this is, I thought this was coming, I went over there to the office, and actually this came UPS. I thought it was the mail. UPS, FedEx, they don't even bother coming to, well, I think FedEx does. Don't even bother trying to come to the door. Okay, this is a smoke detector. And I'm not going to do a review here really on this. I'll put a link to it. Let me show you the smoke detector. Just came. 9-volt battery. Screws in here for mounting. I think I saw some reviews of this, and people didn't care for the look. It doesn't. In fact, I think it's kind of nice. So, like I said, I'm not going to. I'll put a link to it. Then I'm going to go do a review on Amazon after I put the battery in and test it. I like the looks of it, but I think it's this, and there's of course a LED that flashes every once in a while. Flash, 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 to let you know that it's working. But the only thing I saw, I think some people said, well, they didn't like the looks of it. I don't care. I can't really, I don't want to move the camera all over the place, but I got a lot of, my electrical outlets are glowing, have green lights that, from all three of them. I like tech stuff. So this is being recorded using the Logitech C920 camera, but I'm using this is Windows 10, so I'm using their camera program, not using the Logitech camera program, using it, and it has adjustments. I'm using, I think, I think I'm using this microphone. If not, I'm using the one on the camera. Let's see. If that sounded terrible, then you know it's that. If not, then we know it's that one, and I need to go in to adjust the settings. I think we're using this one. I'm not going to bore you with the story right now. I've just installed Windows 10, and I want to install my Photoshop Pro X7, and I need to install some other things. I know what's going to happen. I hope not with this, but I have photo, video, or something from these people from Corral, and I know that because I've installed software, uninstalled software, put in different software, uninstall or whatever, I know when I go to install it, it's going to say that it doesn't recognize it, and I have to contact the people and ask them to reset the registration because they think I'm a hacker trying to run this on a bunch of different computers, and I'm not. I just am always changing things, which it's either one of my great innovations or it's one of my failings. But no story this time. People ask about my nudism and want to hear about that. People want to hear about, well, a person wants to hear about my amateur radio and shortwave listening. Somebody else wants to hear about the 4 years that my wife and I had a tropical fish shop. So I'll be bringing some other, and then I'll be bringing some other stories to you. So thanks very much for watching. I'm going to upload this to YouTube and see what it looks and sounds like.